So good afternoon or good morning, Kelly. For me, it's good afternoon here in London. I don't know, is it if it's morning where you are right now, or is it
It's afternoon, right at
afternoon
noon.
already? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm super excited to come to Dallas. I'll be flying tomorrow, and look forward to speak on the summit. But before we go into that, could you give me some or to the audience watching some like information? Where do you come from, and how did you end up in the hair salon business or industry? And
Yeah,
what's coming up next, like in terms of the products and stuff? Could you share some of that information and maybe why?
sure. Um, I live in Texas, and I came here maybe about 20 or so years ago. And I actually started in the industry because I helped a girlfriend open a salon and market and manage it. So that's how I ended up there. And it just kind of stuck. It was it felt like the place I needed to be. I've done so many different things in my life, but when I got into salon, it just was the right place for me, I guess you would say. So I started running salons at that time, and then we had a recession, and I ended up going to part time because I wasn't a stylist. I wasn't behind the chair, so I was going to recession. I was like, well, I need to find another job. So I ended up going to a corporate company, and I've managed salons with a corporate company. I've learned so much there. And then I became a district manager and transferred to Arizona, and I had 6 salons. And then they sold the company. So after all that, they said promised they never would. They sold the company, and then I was left like, okay. Um, they sold to competition, something that we said we never would be. So I ended up going out of the industry, started having some health issues. I couldn't understand why I was having a lot of health issues.
Hmm.
And when I learned that these health issues that I was having were directed to from working in a salon, my office was right in the middle. I had 25 stylists, so everyone was working, and my office is always open, goes through the air conditioning vents. But I was getting respiratory problems, sinus problems. I was getting really sick, and I went to doctor after doctor. Nobody could figure it out. And when I learned about the chemicals and products, I was like, "Oh my God, everybody needs to know about this." So then I went on a journey trying to find places that would do it in my area that was clean, and I couldn't find anyone except for one girl. I was driving over an hour and a half to go see her, and but the salon she was working in, everyone else was using the chemicals, so she got pregnant and she didn't want to be exposed to those, so she quit. And then I was out looking for a salon and so we couldn't find one, so we built one. So we built the first completely sustainable salon in Dallas Fort Worth. So we went completely sustainable, not only with our products, but with our recycling, cruelty free, just everything that we do and stand for is about sustainability and not causing any harm to the planet, any more harm than, because I
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
we cause the most harm. I think that the beauty industry is number two after oil and gas. I believe that causes the most to my planet. So it's something that I'm very passionate about sharing and helping other people understand what we're doing. And we just have to make different choices, and the different choices work.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
said like there was no salon or there was no, so you created one. So this pure entrepreneurship, you might say, like if there's no way, we
Yeah.
create the way, right?
Yeah. We
So
made a way.
uh,
Yeah, that
that,
was interesting. I thought, oh, this is, we can do this. I ran salons. It's not the same.
that's
Yeah.
fascinating story. I mean, to come from where you come and where you are today, I mean, it's amazing. So if I would take my own example, I never took a piece of medication in my entire life. And then people say, where do you get all that energy from? I said, well, from homeopathics and oils and herbs and whatever. But if you think about the salon industry, all these chemicals, all these sprays, all these can't be healthy for somebody, first of all, using them, and then for somebody working in the hair salon industry. I can imagine that is. So you organize a summit next weekend, Sunday, I guess, is it?
Sunday. Hmm.
So what can people expect in terms of like if they would join us? I mean, join us. I mean, I'll be there too.
Yeah.
What could they expect if they come to the Salon Summit? Why would they? If I would say to you, Kelly, tell
Hmm.
me one reason why should I come to the summit? What would that be?
Well, what the summit was designed for is after having people come into my salon and I was teaching them about sustainability and the styles that I have, and then I started a distribution. So I also worked with salon owners, and I noticed that there was a really big need. The only way to make a huge impact is to make it on a larger scale. So I was telling, person after person individually, and it just felt like I was called to make this bigger so we could tell more people at one time. Plus, I wanted to bring, all these other countries that are doing things differently than we are. And because I feel like we're just missing it, we're missing the boat. And there's so many wonderful things that people are doing with sustainability all over the world. And we're just, we don't hear about it or we don't see it. So I made this summit
Mm,
and invited all these people from around the world to speak. And they're all going to be speaking about um, business. So what is hard also is the education. So education regarding helping your business grow, helping it be better as well. Your mindset, everything about sustainability, salon business. So there's so many things that I'm bringing to the summit with different speakers. So wonderful people are coming to speak, to share. And just like you, what I loved about asking you to come was all of your topics on body language. And so there's so many things that we don't realize that we're dealing with someone, especially with hair salons and hairstylists. The clients may not be telling you what you are asking them, or you might be missing something, but be able to learn to read their body language as well is just so amazing and intriguing to me. And so many, and when I talked to my whole team about it, they were like, oh my gosh, we would love to learn that. That's something that
okay.
would
Yeah.
really help them to become better at their job, so and helping people. So in this profession, it's the only other one where you touch people, you physically touch them. So if you're physically touching someone, you're taking on their energy, you're taking on their pain, you're mingling your energy with theirs. So you have to be in the right place, number one, and number two, you have to know where they're at and be able to reach them. And you helping with that is amazing. So they're going to learn all of these things as well as networking
Especially,
with other
mm,
people
especially
and
also
also,
coming out of a period of COVID, for example, where people had
yeah,
like a lot of things on their head, and now they're coming emptying their thoughts and their minds in a hair salon. Because what happens in a hair salon is people,
yeah,
they chat. They wanna express themselves and share their misery or their challenges, also the beautiful things in life. But most of the time, when I hear people, when I listen to people speak in a salon, and I mean, I'm going to the barber shop. I'm not going to a hair salon. I don't do my nails. But the thing is that when I listen in the barber shop, the guys among each other, oh my God, did you hear about this? Did you hear about? I said, wow, that's crazy. But if you run a salon, I mean, I can imagine everybody is like emptying their challenges or whatever they go through. But where do you go at the end of the day with your big can with all that information from all those people? I mean, I guess it might be like quite a challenge for you guys. Could that be true? Or
yes. Well, a lot of times, a lot of people don't go see a therapist or they don't talk to anyone, or some people don't have anyone to talk to. And
yeah,
some people are never touched by anyone, but they come to the salon and get their hair done. So it's a really big responsibility. So we need to be taking care of ourselves as well as so we can take care of them, right? So, and if you're taking on all this stuff too, you're not. It's going to affect you as a person. But
yeah,
in the salon, we hear everything, and a lot of people will tell their stylist before they'll tell the therapist, and then that's proven. And some people don't even talk about their feelings. And if you are equipped with the information on how to get that out of them to help them, I mean, that would be empowering for a hairstylist and for a manager, a leader, anyone to be able to do that.
but
So,
even if you do somebody's hair, you're a therapist at the same time.
absolutely.
Yeah,
But you're not trained to be. So if
No.
you're not trained to be a therapist and you're trying to be a therapist, that's not a good thing,
Yeah.
you know. And we try, you know, like I hear about it all the time, you know, uh, what some clients say to the stylist, and we're talking about it, you know, like how do I tell my client I don't know what to say, you know. So we discuss this a lot with the
Mm.
stylist. So this is something that they're going to learn at the summit, and you're going to help with that as well. And you know, we had Tom Chapman. He designed a whole course around um, clients in crisis and how to help them. So
You
we'll
got
also have that
Tom Chapman,
available.
and who
Yeah,
else?
Tom Chapman. Yeah, Tom Chapman speaking at the summit, and that's what he's a barber, and he has a barber shop, and he teaches you how to help them in crisis. You know, he had a friend that committed suicide, so it's like it's really interesting. The speaker arrangement, so it's
Yeah,
really going to get a lot of value. My personal coach is going to be speaking, and it's just and how important it is that we have a coach and
yeah,
people that are helping us, right?
yeah.
And it's
True.
just it's really great. So there's going to be a lot of really great information and a lot of networking and fun
Because
stuff
in
in
terms,
the May show. Tons of good stuff.
like in terms of the body language, I'll share you some stuff there
Yeah.
in the summit that you can actually use, and it works. I got people calling me from all over the planet, and especially from the Middle East when I do seminars in the oil industry, and they call me and say, Rene, I use this and it works. And I say, yeah, that's the whole purpose. I mean,
Yes, you'll actually lead with tools that you can use. That's
yeah,
important. Yeah,
and in
that makes
human
it worth it,
language.
right?
And it's in human
Yeah.
language. For example, if you turn to the right, you show your left part is your emotional part of your body. If you turn to the left, you show your right part of your body is your rational part of it. Why would you do that? You have to come to the summit to find out. But it's
Yeah. Yeah.
but and the days before, there's 2 days before, I will do a seminar there as well, right next to the summit, and then we'll go to the summit. You know, Kelly, I look so forward to come to Dallas. It's been 20 years since I was in the US last, so I really look
Wow.
forward. Yeah, I was in 2002. I traveled from
Oh,
east to
wow.
west, and also
It's changed a little bit.
I'm
Yeah,
really curious.
maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's awesome.
Is there anything that you would like to share with the people watching here now? Like, hey, come to the summit because you're gonna take away 1, 2, 3 X, Y, Z. What would that be?
Well, um, what they're going to take away are innovative tools that they would have probably never learned anywhere else. Very innovative tools. So we've all been to the summits for salons, and it needs to change. It needs an upgrade because they're
Yeah,
all the same. We cannot continue using the same tools and expecting a different outcome, right? So
true.
it's time for a change. That's one. Number two, they're going to learn everything about sustainability. It's like what we're doing to the planet and how we can make it different.
Yeah,
So just the thoughts of the chemicals going down the drain and going into your local water system. I mean, and there's a salon in every corner in the U.S. I don't know about how many are where you are, but it goes into it's affecting everyone, you know, and not only just you think your client. It affects the hairstylist, so and your community, right?
yeah, yeah.
Everybody. Yeah.
Very shortly, you wrote a book as well.
Yes.
Do you have it with you there? Could you show it? So just for the people to know that you wrote, once you immortalize all your information, it's so important to have that. I mean, and that's sustainable salons, and then make millions.
Yeah.
For those who are watching and you're in the hair salon industry, buy the book.
Yeah, so a lot of people, the reason why I wrote it like that is because there's so many salons that we think that being sustainable, there's no money, or it costs too much money, or you're not going to be successful. And that's not true. You can be very successful and sustainable, profitably sustainable. How about that?
I would say, Kelly, thank you so much for this conversation. I will share the link when we finish here, so people can click and sign up. And I am so looking forward to come to the US and also learn from the other speakers, because I saw the list of speakers. I'm super excited to hear what they have to share. You're never too old to learn, isn't it? So
right, absolutely.
So thank you so much for this conversation, and I look forward to being in Dallas like in a couple of days from now. So yeah.
All right. We'll see you then. All right.
Then,
Bye.
thank you.